All right. So, MK Sherlock, who I follow and he follows me over on X, shared with me this particular theory, right? So, at MK_Sherlock, go check him out. So thanks for this, dude. He says, bro, I have an idea why they have Havoc Season released now. Havoc Season was probably planned with the story DLC, but I wouldn't be surprised that the story DLC was cancelled because the game was a total flop. They probably didn't have any skins for a Melina season and therefore took Havoc's already finished skins because his season may not come anyway. That's a pretty good theory. That's a pretty good theory. Because it's so strange. Like, there seems to be a universal call out when it comes to these skins. It's like, how is this even related to Melina? There's nothing Melina related about these skins whatsoever. They don't make any sense, right? They make sense because of Havoc, because of the scars, the coloring, right? But not Melina. Melina should have been purples, pinks, whites, blacks. You know, have a very sort of deep, you know, maybe even some deep crimsons perhaps, you know. Who knows, right? It doesn't make any sense that they would, it's just ridiculous. But this theory, I asked him, I said, man, can I do a video on this and give you a shout out? He's like, yep. I said, yeah, shout out. Because this theory is pretty bangers. Can I say that? Can I say bangers? Am I too old to say bangers? I like banging. Anyway. Now, I think I can't remember if I floated the idea about, you know, like I've seen, well, okay, so I've seen like other people saying that, like the skins, like that maybe they didn't finish all the Melina skins or something like that. They had to extend Season of the Cryomancer. I think it was the longest season ever. And that's the funny part, is that they extended it. And what do we get? Like, did they just click and upload the wrong folder? Like what's going on? It doesn't make any sense, right? Now this is an interesting part, because I did save this. Right? I did save this, and let me set this up, right, so I can show you guys, because this sort of adds into it as well, right? Just gonna I like doing all this stuff on the fly. It makes it all so authentic and just natural, right? I gotta come back here. Stupid ass thing. Here we go. I'm definitely fixing it. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? Wonderful placement, you jackass. Anyway, so this was shared by Cal. Right? This was shared by Cal. There you go, Cal. Here's your Cal, mate. Anyway, this is obviously them accessing the DLC folder. I'm assuming through the PC version, right? And what do we have here? Okay. Now you can see on a Season of Ice, it's got a T there. I'm assuming that means Tremor. Can I make this bigger? There we go, yep. Right, so let's just move that down a shade, right? Season of Ice, Sub-Zero. Season of Fire, Scorpion. Season of Blood, Nitara. Season of Chaos. It should have been Season of Melina or Season of Huntress or whatever folder they call it. Season of Shitty Pointy Teeth. Right? Very telling. Very, very telling. Right? Freaking Janet Cage, I'll tell you what, man. I'll tell you what. So coming back to this theory here, right? about, you know, is this, you know, is this a possible reason? Because you think about it, right? You think about it. The game is dying. Okay? They've released crossplay. Crossplay isn't doing so good when it comes to the PC market, which means that console people are missing out on a portion of players to fight against. Nintendo Switch has been completely cut off. Completely cut off when it comes to access to crossplay and the free weekend coming up, which I've already covered. They've been putting seasonal content that should have been... So what they said in their podcast, like their Kombat cast, was that the seasons would roll around again in case you missed out. That was a lie, because as soon as we got into the second season, we started getting the first season stuff in the second season on the premium shop, or the shop, right? So that was a lie. And they did that because they know that their retention rate is dying. It doesn't matter whether it sells 3 million copies. It's how many people are loading the game up daily, investing in the game further than the simple box price that they paid for. Are they paying for any of the Dragon Crystals? Even the store doesn't update properly. Oh, it might now. I don't know. Like, has it updated properly now? I don't know. But it hasn't for a really long time. Everything about this game is an absolute colossal and utter failure across every metric, right? And the things that are okay in the game are not enough to carry it, right? Could this be the reason? Could it be the reason? You think about the millions of dollars that they'd have to spend on a story DLC pack. Not just the cinematics, not just the voice lines, but also the characters they're going to release and their said voice lines and cinematics. There is so much money involved with that sort of thing. And they're probably looking at that and going, listen, nah, let's just cut our losses. They've got to roll this out. They've got to basically, you know, roll with this train until the end of Kombat Pack 1. And I would be very surprised if they actually give us anything beyond this, right? Because it's not doing so good. Everything else that Warner Brothers has put out has failed, right? Everything has failed. Mortal Kombat 1 is no different, right? And I hope it will be the end of Mortal Kombat, because I think it's time. I think it's time for them to sell off the franchise to someone else, somebody that actually cares. I don't want Ed Boon in charge. If you're going to have somebody from the MK team, hire John Tobias. Give him his baby back, right? Give him his world that he created, the universe of Mortal Kombat back. And then have him have an entire team of Japanese developers from like Arc System Works or whatever, and create Mortal Kombat and make it great again. That would be my personal wish. But in order for that wish to happen, this needs to die. I don't want further support for this game. It needs to perish. It needs to expire so we can get greatness again. And that's not going to happen as they keep drip feeding and just putting on bandage after bandage after bandage after bandage on a completely and utterly shattered body of a game, right? So I like this theory. They're not going to come out and say it's cancelled. They're not going to do that right now. They will leave it. Okay? And they might extend this season. Right? So we're in the end of... not the end. We're in the beginning of March. What's the schedule for this season? Is it 1 month or 2? I'd have to check, right? So they're going to... And I wouldn't be surprised, right? I don't like... Because we're supposed to get other characters, I think. I wouldn't be surprised if they just re-roll around another season again, right? And if they do that, that'll be very telling. But I don't know. I don't know. This is all just theory. But they literally put out the wrong skins. Do you understand that? They put out the wrong seasonal skins. It doesn't even match Melina at all. Not even a little bit. Not even a smidgy. They have tried to con us with that Kombat cast. And nobody's buying it. Even some of the bigger guys, right? The ones that are very defensive in Mortal Kombat a lot are actively turning around and going, okay, this is bullshit. What is going on? This is not Melina's season, right? I mean, I'm not a fan of the invasions and all that sort of crap anyway. It's just boring grind. And the skins, if you want to call them that, it's just lazy recolors. But at least if you're going to put out the laziness, at least make it accurate. And they can't even do that. Like what's wrong with them? Unbelievable. Like, just absolute failure, right? So shout out to MK Sherlock for that. I appreciate that, bro. What do you guys think? You reckon this is done on purpose? I mean, I don't think it's an accident. But what I mean when I say that, is it done on purpose? Is it done on purpose in relation to this theory? That Warner Brothers or whatever is going, listen, you're not getting any story DLC. Alright. Salvage what you've got. Stick it out there. Gaslight people into thinking it's real. And then we're just going to call it a day after the end of the Kombat pack. Right? Suicide Squad Killers Justice League was so good. It was so good a game that people went back to the old Arkham games. And the old Arkham games actually had a bigger population playing at one point than Suicide Squad. I don't know if it still is now. That's how badly they marketed and how badly they created that game. And Mortal Kombat 1 is not holding a candle to any other game out there. Tekken 8 is destroying it. Street Fighter 6 is destroying it. And even Grand Blue's destroying it, in my personal opinion. It is a failure. It has failed. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Catch you next time.